Hello and welcome back to ThoughtBot's AI in Focus. I'm ThoughtBot CEO and developer Chad Pytel, and today I'm joined by...
Hello, everyone. I am Louis Antonopoulos. Based on a spam email I received today, I'm the owner of engineering at ThoughtBot, but my title is apparently development team lead, so we'll see how that shakes out.
Well, I am broadcasting not from my usual location, but from sunny United Kingdom, just outside of Heathrow Airport at a hotel. Hopefully, I paid £5 for the premium Wi-Fi, so hopefully it'll make it through the stream today with no issues. But I was in the UK. I come here regularly for a monthly tech event we run for friends of the company, our clients, and tech leaders in London. And then I took the train to Bristol, west to Bristol, to do it again on Thursday night. So just last night, met a great group of tech leaders in Bristol, fans of the company, fans of ThoughtBot, different people in the community. So if you were at the event, hello, it was really nice to meet you. And if you weren't, keep an eye out for future ThoughtBot events in your city. That was, yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
So today we are getting back to our AI app generator, ReadySetGo. Louis, you've made a really exciting progress this week. So we're going to start with going over that progress and where we are currently at with the product. And then today, after we do that, we're gonna move from the command line application that we've been building to a Rails app, which runs a ReadySetGo Rails app, so we can start to have a UI. The UI we envision for this is a chat interface on one side where you can see the output and interact with the LLM, and then like an embedded iframe on the other side where you can see live the application running and changing.
Yeah,
so we're going to move into that today.
I think that's going to be really exciting. I think we've definitely, like, with this week's efforts, like, we are now fully ready. We've got a working proof of concept. And so now, like, having a full user interface is going to be really helpful. But let's start out. I'm going to walk through briefly the changes we've made. We're not going to go, like, super deep into the code, but just want to cover, like, where we are now versus where we were. So first of all, we did a little bit of pre-work. I found we were on an older version of Ruby LLM that was using Sonnet 4.5. So now we have Sonnet 4.6. And this also enabled us to use Opus 4.6. We also updated our Ruby version. And we have some new scripts to help us along.
Louis, can you zoom in a little bit, make your it a little bit bigger?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're monitoring the comments of the chat. So if you see anything or we get stuck and you want to help, definitely drop those comments in. And if you just have any other random questions you want to ask us related to ReadySetGo or not, we're here to answer. So
I'm going to up the overall resolution of the screen here so I don't have to can't zoom in on every tab. Is that better, or should I go even more?
I think that's better.
Okay. All right. So then this PR here.
Actually, you know what? It doesn't seem any different to me. Whatever you just did to up the overall resolution made it appear the way it was before.
Okay. Let's see. So it's at 1280 by 720, but you know what? We're just gonna
that's better.
Command in a few times. All right. So then for this PR, we took the work that we had done from the last two AI in Focus episodes, and this is the sort of the summary of that work. Our overall premise is that if we use TDD from the beginning, or if the LLM uses TDD from the beginning, we'll end up with a more solid code base that has the coverage that it needs by the time that we then pick it up to carry it forward. You also might have seen in our last episode that Terrapin kept struggling with Rails generators. So I've switched this and opened up an issue for us to track. So we're just going to use a direct running of the generator instead of Terrapin.
Actually, if you were watching last episode, at the time we actually didn't know what was causing that problem. That's right, Louis? Like it was right at the end of the stream. We noticed it was just consistently hanging at that point, and we didn't know why it was going so slow. So afterwards, we were like, we have to fix that problem. So we dug in and found that it was specifically something with Terrapin, which is what we were using to run command lines, was hanging at that point.
From the last streams you had seen, in the last one we had introduced this full skill.
We remember bin rail. What we discovered was we weren't running bin rails. We were running just Rails without the bin. And so what was happening was the system level Rails gem was running, not the bin stub that's in bin Rails for those commands.
I think it was still slowing down for me. Like, I feel like after we had finished the episode, I was still getting like sitting at the Rails generator, but we definitely want to come back to that and move it back to Terrapin if we can. Let's see. So other changes, we had brought in this full skill, and as part of this PR, basically I summarized it, toned it down, or shortened it a lot so that it would have less context usage and focus on the key parts of the TDD. So this is a shorter version of what we had last time. And then anything else? All right, pretty much nothing else. So this was our efforts up to last week's episode, and then a little bit more to bring it across the line. In this PR, we introduce a couple cool things. Since we're working now with more and more projects, we have something to just clear all the logs. We have a bin reset that runs bin teardown on everything in projects. So I found that as I was testing this over and over again, it was nice to be in a faster loop and just be like bin reset and ready, set, go, and just know that it was going to tear down everything. A small change to here for our testing preferences. If you've never read Let's Not, you should. A great Thoughtbot blog article.
A definitive blog
absolutely. And then also created so that we could tear things down, but still be like, well, how did this version of it work? Add an archives folder so we can move stuff into it. Okay, this next one I think is the most important, but I'm going to actually sidestep it for a second. One of our tasks was to improve how it did styling. So I worked with Andrew Spencer, principal designer at Thoughtbot, and we took sort of like some best practices that we had seen on projects before, and added on to Rue, which is like foundational CSS. We added more examples because what we found was when we asked it to style and we're like, use Rue, it was doing things like having very model specific classes. And for every HTML element, it was like, this is the, this is the penguin header class, and this is the penguin hero class, and this is the penguin button class, etc. So Andrew and I worked on this a lot together. And so a couple of things that we did, there were a whole lot of files involved. So basically taking some defaults and giving them to the LLM so that it has a better starting point for it's like, how should I use Rue? We're sort of showing it. Here's what we've set up for you to use it. And some of those, as we were working through it, Andrew was finding places that we could bring these back to Rue itself so that we wouldn't have to do as much here. But so in addition to
I
all
thought
these
it was
classes,
interesting that you did like a drop-down menu and a spinner and a tag. Like, is that just example? Like, did you arrive at those because you think they're common to every application, or just because you wanted to provide examples of how to do things to the LLM?
Yeah, it wasn't specific. So like what we were doing was looking at past projects and identifying what kinds of things have we styled and given them individual components. And so many of them were like project specific. So it didn't make sense to bring those in. So we went through like every CSS file we could find and did an evaluation of, one, is this too opinionated? Okay, maybe not included. And two, is it too specified to this project? And again, not included. And so the ones we settled on were like, yeah, every site's going to have a flash. Here's an example of a skip link. Oops, excuse me. Which I don't remember where exactly we were using that. A spinner, we're like, sure, everyone will use a spinner. Tags are like a little pill that you might have on an element to give it some status. And then hide visually is an expansion of the hide visually for accessibility features. So that's how we came at this list. It's certainly not all encompassing. I think a next step would be, let's define even more classes, like even more components that we wanted to use. But at least this got it off of, I don't know how to do anything, and I'm just going to start throwing classes at things.
Right.
Now, with that, and so we also added some best practices for styling, telling it how to work. So how to organize classes, how to make them consistent. We told it about our file structure for where things live. We told it some general guidelines for accessibility, and then, as you'll see in the next diff, in ReadySetGo, let's see, we gave it a, hey, when you start to do styling, use the read skills tool to read it. So if you look at more of this file the way it was, you'll see that here we read in the full TDD. And so that was part of the motivation to shorten it, because it's like, this is going to be part of the prompt. Because when we said, hey, follow tdd.md, it didn't. But when we put it in the main prompt, it followed more closely. So I kind of split the difference here and said, let's just try reading it and see how it works. And this seemed to be okay. So less of a hit on the context size. That said, it still didn't fully follow this. So that led to this PR, which I'm most excited about. So what I added here was focused reviewers. So these are individual Ruby LLM agents, and they have very tiny prompts. And so, for example, if we look at one of them, let's see. Let's look at so we have a base reviewer class. The reviewer takes a name and a prompt, and these are generalized instructions. As an agent, you're going to respond with approved or rejected, and any specific feedback you want to give back. And so then from that, we can create, let's look at a TDD reviewer. So we create an instance of reviewer, we give it its name and its prompt, and here we're telling it this is all you care about. You're just a TDD reviewer. You're going to check these things, reject a request if like there's implementation but no tests, no models without tests, no controllers without tests, We give it a little instruction because it started to say like, this isn't going to pass. You're missing the implementation. We're like, no, that's not how TDD works. So we have this instruction and this one. So what this does is we also have, so we still have our main tool class that all our tools derive from, but then we introduce 2 secondary tools. So a review optional tool. And what this does is it's like a periodic check-in. So when the LLM makes a tool call, like let's say it wants to, I don't know, it wants to run a tool. And so when it says, I want to use a tool that derives from a review optional tool. So I guess we can show the run database migrations. So that's a required one. Bundle install. That's also commit.
It was the generators.
There we go. Thank you.
Optional.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So at the point that it's running a generator, which it seems to do semi-frequently, when it's like, I want to run a generator, we run it through, we say that it's not a tool, it's a review optional tool. And so then what happens is it says, have enough, like, is the review due? And if so, I'm gonna ask for feedback. And if the feedback is present, then it's gonna stop the tool usage and exit. Otherwise, it'll run the tool. And I'll show a quick example of that on screen. And then for other tools, so this one is like every so often, if you've gone through, I think I have it set at 5. If you've gone through 5 tool uses and you haven't checked for a review, check for a review. And then other ones like like when we run database migrations, run bundle install, or most importantly, try to commit code. We're like, nope, you're going to go through a review. And so to me, this is like the key block where it's like, we're not going to let you commit anything unless you pass reviewers. And for right now, we have 3 of them. So we have one that's checking for TDD. We have one checking for styling. And we have one checking for just like general code quality. And that really helped, especially with the styling. I saw it would try to do something. It would get feedback and it'd be like, oh, I guess I better take care of that.
Yeah. Louis, when it does a review, what is the reviewer getting? What is the review? Is it getting?
It is getting. So yeah, let me switch over to VS Code here.
Is it getting the diff?
It's getting it. Yeah, let me find that. It's like staged and unstaged is what I settled on. So we call this review changes method, and we're doing this -n, and -n is I intend to stage it, but it's not staged yet. So it's not forcing it to stage everything. But if you don't have this, then the git diff doesn't include unstaged changes. So this was the first attempt at saying like, what is everything you've done? And then give that. And then here we say, hey, review this diff. And then it passes back the rejection. So if we sort of trace this down, so if we look at a review optional tool or the review required tool, even better. So when it's called, we either get back review changes and then we send back feedback if it was like, nope, didn't approve, or we're just like, okay, you can use the tool. You passed all 3 reviewers. Going back to your question though about like, what does it get? I think this was hitting context limits because it was building up more and more and more in this unstaged files. Like at some point as I'm monitoring it, there are like 15 files open. I'm like, this is bad. We'll get there. So like one of the next things I intend to do is to bring on like a small commits tool where before it tries to use any tool, it's like, if you have like 14 things open, like that's too much. Reduce it. Let's try and do like maybe 1, 2, 3. I don't know. We'll experiment and figure out like what's the max.
Do we have any instructions that say to do small commits?
We don't yet.
I think that might be the first thing we do.
That makes sense for sure. So yeah, so these reviewers, here's an example of one. So here I'm tailing the logs over here. So here we see the styling reviewer. So sometimes they're like, yep, everything passes. So we see all these are being called over and over again, and the reviewers are like, you're doing a good job. But then here's one, the styling log, and it's like, hey, this appears to be a project specific or a non-root class. They use layout max width, or this looks like a non-standard utility. Check if this exists in Rue. It doesn't follow the other patterns. And so I was so excited to see this happening. I'm like, awesome. And it makes sense, right? Because the main thread is trying to do everything. It's like, what do you want to build? What's around it? How do I TDD? What should I do for styling? Like at some point, it has to shortcut in its brain what it's trying to do. Whereas this one, these reviewers are laser focused. This is all I care about.
Right.
And I found that feedback loop to be really helpful.
The other thing that I thought was really interesting about the reviewers is because they're separate Ruby LLM chats with basically separate chats open with, in this case, Claude, they're maintaining their own context about everything that they've reviewed, which is really interesting to me.
Yeah. So we'll see. Oh, and also one of the things I did was as part of this, because now as we're doing more things and giving it more context, I gave us a way to track our token usage, so we can start to identify like what kinds of things are causing ballooning in token usage. So if we run it with, and we can decide if we want to do this on stream or not, but basically if you run it with a -- token, then in the individual, in like the main log, and in each individual reviewer log, it shows you tokens in, tokens out, using the Ruby LLM feature for that. So that's reviewers, and I think that was the last
in
one.
general, how is the token usage now that we have reviewers?
It's
high.
Okay, it gets high, and it gets high faster than I thought it would. Do you want to like put in that instruction that you suggested and run it once and just sort of like see what it does, or do you want to jump straight to the Railsifying of ReadySetGo?
No, let's jump to the Railsifying.
Okay. All right. So our general plan here is, so Ruby LLM ships with a Rails integration whole tool set that you can use, and we're gonna start by creating a new Rails app, and we're gonna use ReadySetGo to create it. But we're not gonna let ReadySetGo. We're gonna sort of have it just like do its foundational things and then stop. And then we're gonna take the commit history from there and bring that up, and then integrate with this. But first, we're just gonna run this with like a Rails new. And see, what do these generators create? Do they create tests? So let's start with that. I'm over here on a new branch. I believe we are okay. We're fully on main. So let's just try a Rails new. Let's go into projects, and let's also let me just do the bin reset, and we can see it. There we go. It tore down Penguin catalog, drops database, cleared all the logs. All right. And is this screen, should I bump this font up a little bit too?
I think this is okay.
Okay, cool.
If you're watching and it's not okay, let us know. We'll make adjustments.
All right, so let's do just a Rails new, I don't know, RSG. Again, this is not what we're intending to use. We're just doing this so that we can run the generators. All right.
I need to add it to the gem file.
Yeah. All right, so let's throw that in there. And we're ready, set, go. Let's check out our gem file here. So we need the Ruby LLM. I think that's probably all we need.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Okay. And just to check what we have here. All right, we're going to need to add a repository. Projects, ready, set, go. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and commit this. Actually, let me do it without let me roll this back real fast, and then we'll do 2 commits there.
Okay.
Okay. So here we have a gem file without Ruby LLM. And so this is our Rails new. And okay, cool. Now we'll uncomment that. Rerun bundle. Add Ruby LLM to gem file. And now let's check out the generators. So here we go. This is what it says to run, and let's see what all that generates. So it tells us a whole lot of things, but let's evaluate. Actually, first, let's just run. Let's just make sure that we have a running server before we do anything. So we'll just do a Rails S here. Cool. Rails 812, rack Ruby 349. Awesome. All right. Let us now run the generator. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. So we have to run Rails DB migrate. We have to run load models. We have to set our API keys. Start chatting. Okay. And all right, let's grab this. And this is going to be our prompt for later. So we'll just save this off for a second. But let's see what we got. So a git keep file. We have a chat that acts as chat, a message that acts as message. And one of the things I saw when I was looking through the documentation is you can customize these classes if you want to. So if these default names would commit with your own domain models, you can rename them. And this is the macro.
Everybody loves a model.
They do too. And access tool call. All right. And then prompts. What do we get here? A git keep. Nothing yet in schemas. Nothing yet in tools. And we have our initializer where it is defaulting to OpenAI and use the new associated backsays API recommended. Sure. And then DB migrate. Let's see, we've created probably just all these models. So chats with timestamps, messages with a little more going on. We see our token usage, content, thinking text, things, signature. This is nice. This is a lot of good detail.
Yeah, it's nice that we're gonna get like the message logging basically for as part of this.
Yeah. Tracking of tool calls. Nice. And then this is creating the models model. Cool. So some knowledge about which models it's using, and then our associations.
Oh, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
Not to well, I am interrupting. Are the reviewers also using Opus?
Yes.
They probably don't need to.
Actually, no, I'm sorry.
They could probably,
the reviewers, they're using, you're right, they probably don't need to. I haven't run it with the default. So if we look at a reviewer, this is a good call. Yeah. So like what it does is yeah, it's calling Ruby LLM chat, but it is counting on the fact. If we look at our ReadySetGo, I think this is where our initializers happen. Yeah. So when we run when this runs, when we run .ReadySetGo, we're going through this. And this is where we could tell it if we wanted to, let's use Opus instead of Sonnet. So yeah, so they're relying on this config. So we could then change that so that if you do Opus here, these don't.
There might even be even smaller, cheaper models that do just as good. That's probably an area for us to experiment with.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's make a note. Let's bring that over here. Just comment it out for now. especially if the main agent is using Opus, use a faster, less expensive one for reviewers. Okay, cool. And back now. We don't need our Penguin catalog as much as I liked it. All right, back to the diff. And here it installs active storage. And so it just essentially ran the, if we come back over here, so it automatically configures active storage, but if you skipped it, then you can run it here. So awesome. So right here we have, this is from the generator, and that was this. Command, right? Ruby LLM install. Okay, cool. So let's commit that. And then I wanted to note, we want to come back to probably at least the Opus one and not tell it to use Opus because we don't have that. Okay, that was all the git keeps. Is it here, I think? Yeah. So let's come back into this one and change it to use the same thing. Change it to use the Anthropic one, yeah?
Well, oh yeah, because you don't have an API key handy for OpenAI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. So this is Ruby LLM RB. And then from here, let's grab that same. Let's grab that. So we're going to do nfetch Anthropic API key. And I don't want to default it to anything. We'll just give it a nil and let it yell at us. And then for our default model, so we could choose one here. So because we're not going to have an easy way to pass.
Yeah, let's just choose one for this test.
Do you want to go with Opus or?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and we're using the new access. All right. So let's commit that. And let's also add this little. All right, so Anthropic in let's make that initializer. Okay. I don't think there was anything else that had jumped out at us as something we wanted to change in its initial one. Like the models were all fine. I feel like the initializer is what we just changed. And then, all right, so I think we're on the next step, which is to run the migrations. Let's move this over. And we'll do a quick inspect of that and check that in too. Should be pretty light. All right, commit that. And all right, what's our next step? We need to load the models. And we've already done set API keys.
Oh, we skipped step 3.
We did?
Oh no, we already did it. I mean,
we already did it. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh, okay.
I see.
Is that?
I remember.
Let me grab this so I have a slightly.
Yeah, I was reading about this. So Ruby LLM includes a database of, well, now apparently 1,184 different models.
Sure enough,
that you can use.
Okay. So there's like a ton here. Yeah. So I mean, for now it's fine. I would think that when maybe we would like override that and just be like just using the models that we have because we don't need the full thing.
Well,
But
also
for now,
we really want the ReadySetGo to the extent we can. Like, it's about producing a level of quality.
yeah.
And so once we like nail which models and everything, we'll probably just be like, these are the ones.
Okay. So there should be no changes here because that was just running the commands. All right, and then so we could do that. And let's paste in our that. So we could try this, or we could jump straight ahead and do this step.
Let's just jump straight ahead.
All right. Okay, so it created a bunch of stuff. Let's inspect that. All right, so in our application controller model, and this also a good reason to trim down the list of models. Okay. And then our chats controller. Cool. So it selects a model. It creates a chat. Here's that chat create. Okay.
So this also answers our question that generator didn't generate any tests.
Yep.
So we'll need to figure out what we want to do about that.
Yeah, agreed. We can like look through our models. We have some helpers. Chat response job. Okay, cool. I was gonna wonder about this. I know it talked about like how you can, if you want to handle things different ways. So here it is broadcasting. It is broadcasting the messages as they come back, so we should see them appear live. There are, of course, deeper concerns around that kind of thing because messages can come back out of order when you're streaming them. We don't have to solve this today. There are many solutions there. Looking at chats, cool. I'm not going to look at these too deeply right now. I just want to get a feel for how much it created. A lot of views here. Some partials.
Yeah, but no styles, right?
It doesn't. It sure doesn't look like it. No, I'm sorry. There are some, but it's like it's inline styles.
Inline styles. Okay. Yep.
So this will probably be a task for the main agent to be like, replace these, and that'll be a fun use. That'll be a fun use there to see if we can have it take existing styles and convert them. All right, let's commit this. Got everything staged, and I think at that point that was the last step. So let's quit out of here. Let's run our server. Let's see what it looks like.
It was /chats, I believe.
Okay, it didn't do the root route.
No.
All right. Okay. So, well, if we look at our models, here we go.
Oh,
a whole bunch of so that's pretty cool. Like, oh, absolutely. I wonder. We could also throw the ID in here, and if it's like after ID such and such, we could get everything that isn't anthropic, or we could select where it is anthropic and delete everything else. But anyway, all right. So that's the models. Does it allow you to create models? It does not.
No.
Okay. No problem. And a new chat.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. There's the default.
All right. Do you let's try to make sure it works, and then we can decide where we want to go from here. I don't know. It's how would you replace the inline CSS commands with a styling library such as this is more for fun. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm Anthropic API key, like we set it.
We did not set it because the end is not set in this new Rails application. I think that might be what the problem is. Like,
how do you
generated a new, so there's a .m file in the, like, this environment does not have that key set unless you're setting it somewhere.
No, I'm setting it in my, I will do this off camera. So if I grab
But where
this.
did you set it? Did you set it in a .m file within this Rails app?
No, it's just like in my overall environment variables.
Oh, okay.
So if I like do env grep on Anthropic API key, because like that's how the main ReadySetGo. Yeah, I get the expected value back. So it is there. We could try and debug and like, I don't know, puts the last. Let's do this. Let's actually.
Oh, OpenAI key. There's a typo right here.
Oh. Nice. Is it Anthropic API key? Was that the error?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Thank you. All right. Let's commit that. What was our commit history? We'll append to that one once we get this in. Okay. So now it looks like we did it correctly
right
from the
first
beginning.
time.
That's right.
That's how you fool them.
All right, let's restart. Thank you for seeing that one. I might have gone round and around. All right, we'll do something simpler then. We'll just go with, hello, how are you? Do you like Rails? It's a loaded question.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's thinking long and hard about that.
All right, cool. I don't have preferences. Ruby on Rails is a fantastic web framework. You heard it here first. Okay, cool.
Well, it works. And, you know, it's actually a good that there's not tons of its own styles that we may or may not like. So, yeah.
Awesome. So with where we are now, so we have a working example. I think our next step, my thought on next step here would be, do you want to run through this all, like just like drop everything and then
so it isn't out of the question to tell ReadySetGo to do those steps.
Yes.
So we're making a web version of ReadySetGo, a Rails-based AI application generator.
Yeah, like, are you saying? Sorry, say it one more time.
And then that would be the beginning of the prompt, and then it would say, and we would instruct it to install the Ruby LLM gem, and then run these commands.
All right, let me grab the full instructions. Okay, so let's hash this prompt out. So
yeah, I mean, those are in the output from when you bundle with Ruby LLM, right?
Do you want to see if it does it?
Yeah, I bet it'll just do it.
Okay, so let's do this. We're creating a Rails version of ReadySetGo itself. Do your normal setup, then run. Do you want to have it look it up, or do we want to tell it?
You could do gem add Ruby LLM.
Well, it's already going to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Like, I guess we should sell it. Do your normal setup, then add. Let's just grab it from the gem file. Add the Ruby LLM gem. In its output, this is the most we're ever telling it, so this is kind of fun. In its output, it will tell you a number of things to do. Follow those steps, but commit after each execution, after each step. And then for the line, or for the instruction about the Ruby LLM initializer, use Anthropic API key as the envar and as the setter.
Yeah, I think we should say this. We probably don't need to. We probably just say we want to use Anthropic as the default model. But
oh yeah, you want to try that out?
No, because we're streaming, and it's probably better to be more explicit so that it's right the first time.
All right, so that we wanted to run, that we wanted to run. You don't need to start chatting. And you do want to run the optional step, excuse me, to generate the AI.
The UI.
Once that, oh, sorry, thanks. It's not UI in focus, you know. That's a different show we should explore.
It's not UI in focus, it's me in focus.
Once that is done, stop. Do not generate any tests yet.
Ooh. What if we had to write the test though?
I kind of wanted to like touch base.
We'll be able to prompt it after. Okay.
Yeah. Stop and let's just say stop and ask for further instructions. Okay, here we go. So I am going to start by, okay, so here's an example where we've generated our app. And if I purge it, it's going to go away. So I don't want that to happen if I tear it down. So let's move it. So CD projects, and then let's make sure, is it still running? It's still running. All right, we'll exit out of that, exit out of this, and come back up to projects. And so let's move ReadySetGo up one and into archives. Is that what I called it?
Mm-hmm. You don't trust me? It's not there.
I'm surprised it's not there. I wonder, like, I know I created, I know.
Did you put a dot keep in it? I should have caught that on review if you didn't.
Oh no, I don't think I did. Yeah, because like, oh no, I know what I did. I moved it out of mine into like RSG archives, so that all right, no worries. Archives, cool. All right. So let's do that. Fantastic.
Okay.
All right. So we have our.
You should probably go in. We should probably tear down that database.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So like we wouldn't lose it if we did the tear down.
Yeah, I guess it's not going to call it RSG. It's probably fine.
That'll be okay. Everything gone.
No, that was Penguin catalog, because it's in the archives directory, not in the projects directory now, so it doesn't know about it.
You're saying, you're saying the database is still. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Help me here.
If on the off chance ReadySetGo tries to call it RSG, the database would conflict.
Can I run bin teardown like without it? I forget what the exact.
No, it's just Rails dropball, DB dropball.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Thank you.
You got to go inside archives. Yep.
Right.
DB : drop.
Drop all.
Yep.
Sweet. All right.
SQLite. Oh,
yeah,
you
because
use Rails
when I
new.
did, when I did Rails new, I didn't tell it Postgres there. So awesome. It dropped the one. All right. So good. Thank you for that. And back we go. All right. Now we're gonna run ReadySetGo. Yeah. And let's also. I'm gonna start tailing of the logs. Once we start, have some saved things here. Oh no, it's reviews. Okay, so once we start it, we'll start tailing those logs. What do you want to create today? All right, so we have our 3 reviewers, we have our main log, and now we're going to grab our instructions. Oh, just the top part. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Ready_set_go.
Yeah. A quick question. Do you want to see tokens on this one? I guess we can do it on the next run if it struggles.
Yeah.
All right.
It occurs to me we might be making assumptions about that it knows what ReadySetGo is.
Sure.
But
so this is interesting. So this is interesting, like, because it has gone off, and let me let's add.
What are you gonna add? It's already it already generates a Git repo inside of it.
Right. I just wanted to add it to the view here, basically. All right, so let me add.
I see.
So reminder to configure. Let's just commit this. Reviewer model.
Meanwhile, ReadySetGo's off doing who knows what.
It is running bundle install. Okay. All right, so it's doing it. It's getting there.
Yeah.
So this is interesting because our reviewers might get in the way here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. So our TDD reviewer said, you created all these models. Even in the red phase, model specs must exist. So it's going to actually block it from doing anything until it's created them. Okay. That's not right. I don't need to generate a task. So this is interesting because it is not exactly doing what I want it to do.
So we don't have a way for it to do DB test prepare.
But it hasn't had to do that though.
Right.
Like in the past, like when we've had it create models, it's just run them. I'm curious. Let's see if we have any other. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
We also don't have a way for it to delete files or rename them.
I think
this is just going to get rejected over and over again.
Yeah. All right. I say let's interrupt it. Let's take the reviewers out because we don't actually want them right now. We just want to use it to get us to like our starting point.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think we're going to get into arguing with the reviewers, or having not us arguing, but have the main LLM arguing with the reviewers. So, all right, let's reset again. Okay. Why is Penguin Catalog sticking around?
Yeah, I don't know. Really, you said you liked it, so it didn't want to go away.
Oh, it's got a TMP file. Okay, that's interesting. Projects. All right, now we should be clear. Let's come back over here. Let me, while we're also here, just want to add a local one. None of these things. Two seconds.
What are you trying to do?
There's a little thing that's usually here for adding. Like I want to add the repo, so I'd say
The repo doesn't exist yet, though.
I know it's gonna it's the way Tower does it. Just like keeps looking at that directory.
Oh, okay.
So if I can get it to always name it the same way, then we can always look at the diff. But in the spirit of moving forward, let's take a look at our reviewers. So we could take out the TDD reviewer altogether. That would probably be the fastest path.
Yeah, let's do that.
Self reviewers. Leave the styling in, leave the quality.
Yeah.
Do we want any reviewers or?
Well, we're just running the generators and then stopping, right? So let's just remove them all.
All right. Sweet. All right, and let's look at our instructions again. Since your point was it doesn't know what that is, how about, I don't know, of the Ruby?
Let's do, we're creating a Rails version of ReadySetGo, the Rails-based AI app generator.
Oh, this case we want, so it is currently Ruby based, but we want to make it Rails based. Do your normal app setup. Immediately after you run the, I know it's we're digging into the internals here. What is it? Rails generate, it's not the Rails generator. Generate new application. After you run the generate new application tool, I don't know, it's like ignore previous instructions.
I don't, because you think it's going to try to do TDD regardless?
Maybe. I think so. Follow these steps exactly. If we break it out, if it'll maybe see it as like not a wall of text. Once the final step is done, stop and ask for a few. All right, let's give this a whirl. I will stop that tail and get this one ready to go. Get that one ready to go. Did not like that? Oh, sorry.
I don't know what you were trying to do. I got
that. off by one key error. All right. Creating a Rails version of ReadySetGo. Okay. Let us see. We'll start our tailing. Right. No reviewers, so good. That didn't crash or create random things. Okay, so it's reading here our style MD document. All right, I'm going to bring Tower off to the side here while we watch this and do the thing I wanted to do, which I can't figure out why it's not doing. There we go. Okay. Let me see also, what did it call it?
Ready_set_go.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. So now that it's looking at the projects Git repo, we can see what it's done. So these are these are the things that happen automatically. And it sure does not look like it is committed after every step. And something failed. Generator failed. That's interesting. I don't know. I wonder what failed about it. It looks like it. I mean, it created a schema RB, right? I thought I saw it. Maybe I didn't. No, maybe not.
Well,
it could be that it doesn't have a reviewer and that I didn't test what happens if you don't have reviewers.
I think these steps are straightforward enough. I think we should just do them ourselves.
Okay, that works.
I think that will
yeah. No, totally. All right, so basically, let's now. All right, I'm gonna drop these things, or like,
yeah,
I'm gonna discard these changes because we're gonna do them again and commit separately. But also, we don't want to commit them in the project. We want to commit them at the top level. So, right, like we want to essentially bring the project. Oh, actually, you know what? That's a question.
I think we should. I think we should generate it in projects, and then and not commit at every step of the way. But just do the commit, the generation of yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that'll be one commit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and we'll just for what I'm gonna do is we're gonna turn it into one commit. I'm just gonna keep amending it just so we can see what each step did. So let's just grab this from. I don't want adding the persistence flow. I want quick setup with generator. What is the old? I guess it's the install. I don't know. Ruby LLM on Rails. Okay, so commit that, and now we'll just keep amending that commit. Did
bundle install. I'll try again.
It didn't.
Okay.
Didn't pick up anything. That's really strange.
Try again.
Yeah.
Can you go to the gem file?
I bet you say, yeah, but
ahead.
it didn't add it to the gem file. I mean, oh, right. That's right.
No,
What we want.
the wrong one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now from here. Yeah, okay. Awesome.
It's gem space Ruby underscore LLM. Yeah.
We'll just get that in there.
Did you want that to be a comment?
I do. I was used to inline. I'm used to inlining it. We'll just do this for now. Actually, what do they have a summary? Ruby API for LLMs. All right. Now let's run bundle. That's fine. And we'll keep going. All right. So now we should be able to run load models.
No, it was never installed. So we got to go back. It was never installed. So we've got to go back to the first command.
Oh, okay.
Quick setup with app.
That
yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes way more sense.
And then Rails DB might. Okay.
No. So this did all those things. Now the DB migrate. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this.
What are you gonna do?
Bring it back to here. Drop the DB. Run this with just the gem file changes. I want that is fine. Okay. Okay. So now we're clean. Now we should be able to run through this in the order they intended. So first step is run all the migrations. Now we run the migrate. Oh, it aired again. Chad, what's happening?
I don't know.
This went so smoothly before.
Adding a foreign key blocks ReadySet. Instead, use disable DDL transaction.
Like this just ran before, unless something in the setup of
strong it's coming from strong migrations.
Okay.
Which
is that set up in?
Includes.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to take
So
it
that's no, that's what we want. We want to add disable DDL transaction to it.
To the migration before we run it? Okay.
It hasn't run yet, so we can edit the migration.
Yeah. Which one was it? It was that.
Yeah.
Okay. Try it again.
Yeah.
Add reference. All right, the next one.
No, it's still this one, but
It is? Oh, I see.
hold on, let's read the full message. Adding a foreign key blocks writes on both tables. Instead, use disable DDL transaction, then add reference chats, model, index, algorithm concurrently. So let's compare. Let's
like grab this.
Yep. So see how it's chat, model, index, algorithm concurrently.
Yeah, okay. So this line is going to replace the first one. Tool calls stays untouched.
I'm confused. Can you put the old one back? Is it no longer a foreign key?
This is the state before, so this is their.
Yeah, I think we just need to add index. For whatever reason, my cursor is not doing anything.
Okay.
But we just need to add the index.
To where? I guess I'm not following.
To the end of the line. Yeah.
To add this?
Yes.
Okay. To that.
To the end of the line. And then to each of them.
Sorry. Grab it with the comma there. Bloop, 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 bloop. Like so.
I think so.
I think standard is yelling at me about that.
That's interesting because it's the opposite of what it's supposed to be, but it's fine.
Oh, what, the setting? All right. Let's try this one more time. Let us confirm. Yes. All right. I'm going to commit just this for a second. Okay.
It doesn't work. I don't know. We could look this up. I think it's not actually important for us to follow. We don't have an app. So strong migrations don't matter.
Yeah.
That being said, so we could temporarily remove it and then put it back. But I also want to understand the code that's happening. So does index algorithm concurrently make it a foreign key, or is it not a foreign key? I don't know.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's create a quick thing to track it. Ruby LLM chat installer conflicts with strong migrations. We'll give it the error. I'll just grab the whole thing and then we'll come back to it later. I'll even assign myself to it. All right. With that in mind, let's go back to our commits. I'm going to delete this change. Let's go into our gem file. All right. Let's run bundle. And now we should be able to run our migrations.
I hope so.
Oh, nope. We have a probably an initializer.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's true. We could also do that. That might be a different way to do it.
Let's just comment it out and.
Okay. Just like the whole everything.
This whole thing.
One more time with feeling. Yay. All right. And now what we'll do is we'll bring this before. And now we can keep amending our current install. All right. Active storage and everything looks good. All right. What was our next step? Run load models. Just so that we have it done. All right. And then the initializer. What is that? Archives. Actually, we're just gonna see.
Can you just copy it?
Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to
CP.
do that.
Okay.
I just wanted to like bring it up. What was it? This. Okay. And then we're generating the UI. Sorry.
You gotta go up and then down.
All right. All right, and this will be our final commit on installing it. Controllers, the chats, all the things. Sweet. All right. So let's run.
We want to start the app. Yeah, start the app and make sure it works.
Okay, so now we can go to chats. All right.
Ooh, look at the styles are different. Look at that.
Oh yeah, because we have root going on. So right, it's giving it some foundational things. Nice. Good afternoon. Ooh, interesting.
Redis, huh? Does RubyLM mention something about Redis in its documentation?
Let's see. Nothing about Redis in the setting, nothing in this Rails integration page.
So go to the backtrace again, or the where is it happening?
It is not responding to these.
Go to application trace. That's what I mean.
Like Sorry, this?
I don't.
It's off. Like I wonder if it's off.
I can't see the application trace. Can you see it?
No, I don't either. It's just. Okay. It's just.
Can you go to the log then?
Yeah, let's check that out.
Active job.
Okay. Connecting to Redis.
So it's trying to use Sidekick.
Okay.
But do you have Redis running?
I don't think so. Let me check.
Okay, then that's probably what the
Approved services list. Let's try. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Maybe.
It was awesome. After. Okay, cool.
Did it do anything?
Can you go to the log again?
Yeah. So there was our chats, there was our models. All right, I'm gonna clear the log here. and come back over here. All right, so both of these are showing. I'm going to destroy these chats. Do a fun little test as well. I see we're doing flashes and it's doing flashes. So let's try a new chat with Opus.
Okay. We're not running a worker. You started the server with Rails S rather
Oh,
than
yeah,
bin
yeah,
dev.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
so the workers aren't running.
Also, do actually, before we do that, do I have... Okay, good. Ta-da. Thank you. There we go. Broadcast jobs, all kinds of things happening now.
Yeah, there we go.
Messages marked for strict loading. All right, so if we look at the strict loading config, I mean, it's set to n+1 only. I think for the moment, let's not do either of them.
Okay.
And see what that gives us.
Sure.
Just trying out this interface. Okay, sweet.
Okay,
so,
cool.
And let's also note this for now.
So that might actually be an n+1.
Yeah, it makes sense because it was yeah, we might have to then go into the code there. I don't remember if we have a hook there or not, but all right. So I'm seeing our time. It has truly flown. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go for next steps?
Well, I think the next thing we would need to do is I would want to write specs for, I would either want to write specs for the existing functionality.
Yep.
Or I would want to bring pieces of ReadySetGo into the ReadySetGo Rails app.
Yeah.
And I think I would want to write specs for the existing functionality first.
That makes sense.
And then I could see like then writing a test, a spec to be like ReadySetGo behavior. And maybe maybe that is introducing a project model and then having that drive from there, but don't necessarily pull in the ReadySetGo features until we need them. That way we're test driving.
Yeah.
And then pulling in the pieces.
So from a Git perspective, like if we come back here and is your thought like what does our next commit here look like? Is it essentially like bring up the because like the project's being ignored, so we could take out the git ignore and commit. We could commit the project at this point. That would be one route, and then start working it that way with a project like built in and being committed. Or we could push, everything. We could push everything down from the ReadySetGo route and push up projects ReadySetGo.
Yeah. Or we could make a branch on this repo, then ignore projects there and commit the ReadySetGo project on that branch and do our work in a branch rather than in main. So that way the first commit to main is the swapping once we're ready to do it.
Okay. Are you thinking then, are we going to like do the full swap over, or is this just, sorry, let me back up a bit, right? So we're going to write tests. We have the install commit, and then, right, we're going to then write some tests, and then
yeah. So actually, part of what I was thinking was here's what I was trying to solve for, which was we were going to have I think we might be at the point where someone could try this as part of try using the command line ReadySetGo as part of a sprint.
Okay.
An actual sprint. And so in my mind, I was thinking we wanted to maintain what we currently have for as long as possible in case there's a sprint next week. And we wanted someone to use it, at least to try it out.
Let me propose this then. Instead of like not ignoring projects, what if we just create a new, I don't know, like create slash Rails or something for now under this, move our project into it, open a PR that just does that. So now we have, if you want to run Rails, you go into ReadySet, you go into ReadySetGo /Rails, and now you're in the Rails app.
That sounds great.
That's one PR. And then we can start bringing stuff and moving things. It preserves it for sprints, and we keep developing the Rails app privately and in its own thing. So, all right. Awesome.
And then eventually, and it's all in Git and in main as we go, but then eventually there's a commit that moves the Rails app up to the top level.
Exactly. Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's all I've got for today.
Okay.
unless you wanted to do that, but I figured that would be less.
I thought we were going to do it, but
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So we're going to come up here, and we'll make.
You've got 1 minute. No pressure.
Root projects, ready, set, go. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, this will be easier.
Right. You need ... Oh, okay.
Will it? Yeah, cool.
Okay, that has a Git repo inside of it, so we've got to remove that in order to commit it.
Right. Okay. So if we cd Rails. Okay.
I think, does that remove the directory? Yes.
Yeah.
It does. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then everything else seems solid. So now we should see a giant thing over here. All right. So I'm going to discard those changes. That was just so that we could build it.
Mm-hmm.
With okay, and that's all the things. Okay.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Louis, thank you for making such great progress on ReadySetGo this week and joining me on the stream. I will be off next week, but Louis is continuing forward. So Louis, you'll be leading the stream.
Indeed, and I'll be joined by development director Rob, and the two of us. I think was Rob on the original.
Yes,
the original streams?
One of the original ones.
So
very exciting.
We'll keep pushing things forward.
I'm going on vacation, so I expect once I get back, ReadySetGo will be ready to go.
You got it. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this week.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.